I was just talking to my friend Braden about this. Right there. That little guy. Um, the importance of having goals. I was having just like a bit of, I don't know, like, what am I doing this for? Like, why am I waking up? Like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I putting this effort in? Like, what is the point? Where does this end up? They weren't, like, I didn't have like those thoughts as much as I had just this feeling of like, I don't want to do it. Like, why am I doing it? Like, why? Like, do I really want to? Like, it's more of a feeling, and then I started to put like words to the feeling of, okay, I feel like, what's the point? I feel like, where am I going? What does this lead to? And it made me realize that I hadn't set like a income goal. I hadn't set like a, hey, like, once I reach this income, like, what happens? I hadn't. I was just working, you know. I lost sight a little bit of like the picture of the end goal today. And so like, and last night, like, I set a goal, and today I set a goal of, um, when I reach this income for this amount of time, I'm going to go and do this. And for me, going and doing that is like going to Costa Rica, or somewhere. I really think Costa Rica is where I'm going to go, but it could be, Brazil. I think I got to stay in this time zone, so I can't do like the Philippines or like Nam or something. But um, yeah, so it was just like just realigned, of like, okay, like, what's the goal? What am I aiming at? What am I trying to get to? Okay. And I feel honestly the same way like about the gym, for instance, of like, and food. Like, I've kind of lost a sense of like, why? Like, what's the point? Like, Braden was just talking about this. He's like, dude, I have like no motivation, like zero. Um, when there's not a goal, then there's not a drive to move from the place that you are. Because why? There's no reason to. You don't have enough like pain that is driving you away from where you are, and you don't have something worth going towards. So yeah, just that's something that's kind of in my head of like, dang, I need to set goals in these different areas. What are the goals? For instance, like in the business, I do that like pretty well, like, we missed our goal this month for the cleaning business. The goal has been every single month to grow, every single month. Our goal this month was 30K. That didn't happen. That didn't happen for a couple reasons. Sure, we're still 3 or 4 days from the end, but there was a time we were at like 27K booked for the month, and we're going to end this month probably about 22, 23K. And we had 2 cleaners get sick the first week of January, so we lost about 5 grand in revenue right there. And we still were going to build it back up. Thought we were going to be able to hit 30K, which was going to be freaking awesome. And then snowstorm. And we had to cancel a full like 3 or 4 days. So, Friday's our busiest days. And we had no cleanings last Friday. Nothing over the weekend. Nothing Monday. Nothing today, Tuesday. And there's still ice on the roads. So, see how Wednesday turns out. See how tomorrow turns out. So, that's the situation there. We missed the goal. The other business, like coaching and such, we hit that goal. The goal was that we'd have 5 clients in the school group by the end of this month, I think it was. I want to say it's this month. Let me double check. I might have even put next month, because I was like, no, like, let's set like a really achievable goal. Yeah, 5 school members by this month, and the other one is that school would just be set up. So school is set up. We hit 5 members. So I think I do well when we set goals. So there needs to be some sort of like, what's not something stagnant in an area, then like set goals towards it. Like, I need to set new goals like for the coaching and CRM stuff that we're doing, like marketing agency. And then for the real estate partnership stuff, like, what's the goal there? Like, what are we doing? So anyway, setting goals, super key. Setting personal goals, gym and those kind of things. Yeah. And there's like this whole thing, you can look it up. It's called like SMART goals. And it's like, is it, just look it up. SMART goals, how-to guide. All right. So a SMART goal, SMART, SMART, S is specific. What will be accomplished? What actions will you take? M, measurable. What data will measure the goal? How will you know you hit the goal? The goal has to be measurable, right? So like 5 new school members, that's a measurable goal. That's a very specific goal. A, achievable. Is the goal doable? Do you have the necessary skills and resources so it's achievable? R, relevant. How does the goal align with broader goals? Why is the result important? Is this like a relevant goal, right? So R, it was relevant. T, it's time bound. I put by February. So that's a time bound goal. So that's what SMART goals are. So if you want help writing goals, go look at that. But if you haven't watched Alex Hormozi and Tony Robbins sit down, definitely should. Highly recommend. So yeah, I don't really have much else. I started doing end of week reports. I'll probably start going over those like on Fridays, going like, how was my week? What could I do better? What do I want to improve on? What went well? But yeah, I think I might set like a tone on like Fridays to, or maybe Mondays to like, what's my goal by Friday, in these different areas. So, yup. All right. Peace out. Love you guys. Talk soon.